We should be getting ready to go here. We're going to give a few seconds for everybody to jump on, and we are going to talk about maximizing all-in momentum. Trying to see, you got a questions and answer question section to the right. Make sure that if we're going and you have questions, then make sure you jump on and ask some questions, because that's exactly what we want to do here is answer as many questions as we possibly can. So we're going to get rocking and rolling. My name is Mark Mueller, and I'm a diamond distributor from Cincinnati, Ohio, and we are going to talk about how to maximize your all-in momentum. Because thanks, Abdul. Abdul's telling me record it. It's recording, buddy. We're gonna maximize your momentum. So what our corporate does for us that's incredible is that they are very good at helping you build momentum. And so that's what they did with the all-in, is they helped us build momentum, and they got it going for us. And so what we need to do is we need to maximize that momentum, and that's what we're definitely going to do, and what we're going to help you do with this. Now, there's two things you can do. You can kind of ride the momentum, all right, and that's what happened is corporate has helped us get this momentum, get this ball going down the court, and you can ride that momentum. Or what the champion's going to do, the champion's going to ride this momentum at the same time, make waves. And that's what we're going to talk about today for the next about 15, 20 minutes, is how that you maximize what corporate has done for us and make more waves that are going to fill up your pool, fill up your AdvoCare gift bag for this whole entire year. So I got some special guests with me here to help us with this. Grab a pen and paper, because we're going to spend, like I said, the next 20 minutes and give you some major nuggets. You guys are funny. Did I use the SYS? Thank you very much. Yes, I did use the SRS. I just need to add some more eye cream. So first thing we're going to talk about, all right, and then I'm going to kick it over to my good friend Abdul. The first thing we're going to talk about is what I think is a major thing that you should be looking at is a group challenge kind of kickoff party. And if you were on our Facebook page, then you saw that we're launching one down here in Cincinnati, and it is not going to be like a mixer. So I'm not going to bring a bunch of people over to my house to tell them about AdvoCare. This is for all-in people. We're going to gather at our house. We're going to make it fun. I have drinks and forbidden appetizers, so we're going to make it fun. We're going to pad our stats a little bit. But we're going to, after about 30 minutes of socializing, we're going to give recipe ideas. We're going to do challenge tips. We're going to talk about fitness tips. And we're going to go over by computer and the TV, the virtual coach. And we're going to show everybody that's there how to use this. And then at 8 o'clock or 30 minutes later, so that presentation is only going to be 30 minutes long at most. And after that's done, we're going to put optional measurements, because we know that our challenge works, and we know that they're going to get results from the inches or pounds, and that is going to show them that the results are working. So we want the optional measurements. We're not going to force people to take measurements and do weight and scale. But if you want that brochure, if you want that little document, let me know, and I can send you the template, and you can change your address and do whatever you want. All right. But the biggest thing that happened, the all-in is talking about the 24-day challenge. The biggest part of the 24-day challenge is from us. We have to have proper follow-up to make sure that our people are getting results. And to go through that and to go over that, we have the person that is, in my opinion, best in the company when it comes to following up, has unbelievable results with his people that are doing the 24-day challenge. And I'm going to bring him on here to give you tips, because I think proper follow-up is going to help keep the momentum going. All right. Now, one thing I do want to say is even though he's a leader, He is not sitting around watching. All right, his PGV is over $6,000 already. He has 5 new frontline members this pay period, and he has his own momentum going. And not only has a huge team momentum going. So, Abdul, if you'd come on here and teach these people how to have proper follow-up, I'd love it.
Thanks you, Mark. And if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, because I'm looking at the group chat, and some of them are saying there's no voice, so they can't hear it. So if you guys can hear me, please put a note on there on the group chat that you can hear this, so we can know that we have everything going. I want to make sure that you guys can hear us. Mark, do you see anything on your end? Okay. All right. Thank you, Mark, and thank you guys for coming on this webinar this morning. And I hope I can share a few things with you that can help you with the launch of the All-In. Now, Mark was talking about, we have our own momentum going and how many recruits we have going on and what's the PGV and all that stuff. But I'm going to tell you something. You lead by example, and you follow your leadership. And when you're in that situation, and when he's sitting there talking about us, and we're always talking, me and him, and we have this little competitive thing going on where he actually has 7 recruits himself on his front line, and his PGV is about what, $7,000 when we talked this morning. So we have this little thing going on, and we have until Tuesday, and I told him I'm going to beat him, so we'll see how that goes, but we're going to keep it fun and we keep it going, because that's the momentum that we have going on. Now, when we talk about follow-up, this is the most important aspect of the 24-day challenge. This is what will make it or break it. So when you guys are looking at the challenge and you have somebody new that's getting on the challenge, remember one thing: fortune is in the follow-up. If we follow up with the individual and help them to get successful and they get the results that we want, then we set ourselves to continue working with the individual and be successful in our business. Okay? And when we're talking about follow-up, I'm very, very sticky about that. I don't mean texting follow-up. We need to do phone follow-up. Okay? So with that being said, when we talk about phone follow-up, go over the challenge with the person that you have before they do the challenge over the phone. Okay? Explain to them the different products for phase 1 and phase 2, the cleanse phase versus the second phase, the max phase. Okay? Acclimate them with what this product is going to be used for and what this next product is going to be used for, because what you're going to see in the virtual coach that was just launched, that we're using products and that we've not used previously in our coaching, which is a meal replacement shake, during the first 10 days. Okay? So this is important for us to know, because we're going to talk about what we've used in the past and what's successful and what is being launched now, and it's also going to be successful, and the difference between the two for you to personalize your coaching to the individual that you're helping. Okay? And the world, I say personalize, because each person is different, so you're going to have to fit the person's needs into what we do. Okay? Now, when we talk about the meal plan and the structure of everything, okay, one of the things that I always explain to the person is, okay, go over the sequence of the meals. It's important. When we talk about sequence of meals, meaning meal, snack, meal, okay, and explain to the individual also that it is important not to skip meals, even if you're full and you don't feel like eating, because that's what's going to get your metabolism going. And the most important aspect of all of this that puts everything together is your water. Okay? Make sure that they drink the proper amount of water. And you have the way that we do it is half of your body weight in ounces of water. This is very important because it's going to account to a good percent of your increased metabolism. Now, what do we do with the check-ins and what do we do with the follow-up? Okay? The first 3 days, I like to do a follow-up pretty much every single day. Okay? On day 1, I will call the individual and say, okay, how are you feeling today? Okay? How is your water intake for the day? And then what was your food choices? Let them tell you what they had for food choices, and listen and take notes. and ask them if they have questions, because you're going to find out real quickly if the person is doing everything accordingly, then they're going to continue to do this and they're going to be successful. And if they've done something that it wasn't necessarily part of the plan, they didn't know about it, okay, and they didn't know that they were doing something that was not part of the plan, you're going to catch it right away and you're going to correct it. So the first 3 days are so important for your success and the individual success. So you make that phone call on day 1 and follow up day 2. Okay, everything going good? Any questions? I always put it out there. Do you have any questions? You know, how's your energy level? I always ask that. How's your energy level? Okay, and you take it to day 3. Now on day 3, the follow-up is going to take a different tone. Okay, here's what questions that I ask. Okay, how are you feeling? And I feel great. How are your clothes fitting? Okay, because at this point there are certain things that happen in the body that your clothes are going to start fitting differently because of the water balances and everything else and what your body's doing that it's not used to doing. And they're going to tell, well, they feel a little bit looser and I'm kind of starting to feel something. And the last thing I ask, how is the scale? And this is so important. I put that the last question because I don't want to make the challenge only based on scale. Okay, it's so much more important than that. It's the feeling, how well you feel, how your clothes fit, and the scale will follow. So I always tell people, you know what, don't be a slave to the scale. Scale will follow. Let's just keep going with the plan. Okay. Now, the virtual coach has done something for us that we didn't have before that is great. And I highly recommend every single one of you print this form out. And it is the 24-day challenge coaching checklist. And basically, this is what it looks like. It's on your virtual coach. You can download it. It tells you pretty much everything that you have to do from day 1 to day 25. Okay, the day after the challenge. Now, one thing to remember, I follow up after I do my first 3 days. From that point on day 3, I will tell them, okay, today you had your fiber, tomorrow there's no fiber, we're going to start with the probiotic, and fiber is going to come back later on. Okay, I alert them that there are some changes going on with the product. Okay, and then after day 3, I will make it a point to follow up every 3 days. Okay, every 3 days you follow up with the individual to see how they're doing and what they're doing, okay, and answer their question. Now, we focus on the wins, meaning if the person is telling you, I'm feeling great, my energy level is great, oh my gosh, this is awesome, you know, emphasize that. If the person tells you, you know what, my clothes are starting to feel loose, you know, and I'm starting to think, oh, I might need to go shop for new clothes, well, this is a great problem. You know, I'd love to have that problem, okay? I'm going to go shop for new clothes. So focus on the wins and emphasize them because that gives the motivation and encouragement to the person to keep going, okay? And they get that enthusiasm now, not only feeling it in themselves, but also they're so encouraged that they'll be talking about it to other people in their family and friends, and that's what we want, okay? So let's take the cleanse part and talk about this and basically emphasize something here. The meal plan. The meal plan is so important during the cleanse phase. This is for everybody, so you know, this is a fruit-based cleanse, meaning we have to have fruits, okay? Now, fruits are different levels, different kinds of fruits. There are fruits that I would say, those are my preferred fruits versus level 1, level 2, level 3. You know, on the virtual coach, you're going to see that there are grapes and bananas. Okay, I've always followed the principle of let's just make grapes and bananas like level 3. You know, put them as a last choice. If that's what we must have, then that's what we'll have. But what would be my first choice? The berry fruits, strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, any berry fruits is high in antioxidants. That's my favorite fruit to choose. In addition to that, fresh grapefruits, they're natural thermogenic, you know. So I give the person an idea. It's like, hey, when you go shop at the grocery store, get the berry fruits. If you like grapefruit, get grapefruit. Apples, oranges are okay. And I go over the fruit choices with them because this is a fruit-based cleanse and tell them, you know what, if we're going to have bananas, this is going to be our last choice. You can have it if you must, okay? But let's focus on what gives you better results, okay? Now, the sequence of meals and snacks is important. When you consume fruit for a snack, make sure that you don't put fruit back to back with a meal. Meaning, we're not going to have fruit for breakfast and fruit for snack. Okay? We're going to have protein and carbs for breakfast. I started coaching people and using, you know, protein in the morning. You know, use some eggs and turkey bacon for your breakfast, and let your snack be fruits, a bowl of fruits, you know, berry fruits, strawberry, raspberry, blueberry. I give them that as an example, or I give them other choices. You're going to see that meal replacement shakes are an option also if you are a busy person and can't get your breakfast, okay, in a virtual coaching. Now, it's important that you kind of put this stuff in its place. Snack, for example, is a fruit. Then the next meal we're going to have carbs and protein. Then if you're going to have nuts and seeds at the next snack, then great. You know, almonds, raw almonds, peanuts, anything like that. You know, a handful, that would be great. This gives the person options. You're going to see the virtual coach gives them a lot of options. Okay. The difference between having a meal replacement shake at breakfast versus not having a meal replacement shake until day 11, you know, sometimes it's important in certain people, because if you hit a plateau, you have a person that says, you know what, I hit a plateau, I'm not losing weight, what do I need to do? I have not lost any weight, or, you know, for the last week. You go over what they're doing. Now, if they're taking meal replacement shake, you know, during the day, I would move the meal replacement shake out of that picture and add food, okay, in its place. Sometimes I'll put protein in there, okay. I say, hey, let's hold off on the meal replacement shake. If you're taking it for breakfast, let's just go to a bowl of fruit for breakfast, okay, for a few days to get the body to kind of change what it's doing, okay. So this will get them to break a plateau, but most importantly, here's what you have to also remember: your upline. You're helping a person. You want to introduce your person on the challenge to your upline. This is the perfect opportunity to bring your upline into the picture by saying, you know what, I know the right person that can help us with this. You know, I'm going to call Mark, because Mark has been doing this for 5 years, and he's got a little bit more experience than I do in this. Let's just get him on the phone and see what Mark can give us for suggestions. This is going to do two things for you, okay? It's going to give you that third-party credibility. It's going to introduce your person on the challenge to your upline. It's going to establish that relationship, okay? And it's going to take this to the next level. Now the person sees more than just you, and they see they're part of a bigger thing. They're going to get the success they need in breaking through a plateau, and it's going to establish that relationship with your upline, because you can take this person that's doing the challenge now to a business builder later on if they choose to do the business, and you got your relationship established with your upline, okay? So a three-way call is so important during that time. In fact, most of the people that I put on challenges, at a certain point, they will get on a three-way call. Okay, anybody on our team, they know they can call me. I will call someone to get on my three-way call, because that does so much for you, for your business. Okay, and remember, fortune is in the follow-up. It's important what we do in the first 10 days, in the 24 days in general. Now, complex carbs, protein. You hit a plateau. You know, let's just be more specific. We've done a cleanse, you know, that our VisionCaster team has used for quite some time now before the virtual coach. That has been very, very effective, you know. And we limited the carbs to complex carbs at lunch, okay? We used vegetables, we used the greens, and we used the nuts and seeds and the proteins. And it is a type of cleanse that if somebody is looking for greater results and they want a bigger weight loss, this is the perfect type of meal plan to give them, okay? If you don't want to take them through the virtual coaching. Let's say you have somebody who says, you know what, I'm willing to buckle down and I want to do this trick because I want to get the bigger results and the faster results. So, okay, let's just limit your complex carbs to lunch, okay? And then get fruits in the morning, and then we'll get a snack in the afternoon that's a fruit, and then nuts and seeds, and we'll get plenty of proteins, greens, and vegetables, okay? We've done this. It works. It's very important to explain to the person. Skipping meals will slow your weight loss down. Not getting enough water will do two things. Will slow your metabolism down, and if you're during the cleanse phase, you're not drinking enough water, you're going to be constipated. Okay? And a lot of people say, well, you know, I'm not going to the bathroom. Let's go over how much water did you drink, and you'll find out real quickly that they have not drank enough water. Okay? So taking this person and educating them through this process by giving them the success that they need, it will teach them to duplicate this down the line with their family and friends. So now they've done it, they know how to do it, and then they can just basically pass it down and bring you into the picture as the person that they want to connect their person with you as their upline or their third-party credibility. Okay? Now, we basically, this covers the whole entire period of the challenge. The virtual coach is great. We're going to follow it. Mark is going to follow the same plan. I'm going to follow the same plan. Elise and Tony, our wives, are going to do the same thing. we're going to try it and we're going to do it. So you got so many options on there. It's a pleasant experience. When I looked at the meal plan, in terms of the options that we have, this is available for you as a tool. Utilize it. If you have a person that says, you know what, I need the greater results, I need to go in hard and I want to lose the weight fast and everything, use the plan where you kind of limit the complex carbs to what we talked about. And if you need any help with that, we'll be more than glad to help you with this, Mark and I. And with that being said, remember, guys, fortune is in the follow-up, and we do what we preach. Mark talked about, PGV, frontline recruiting, and everything. Hey, we're doing this with you. We're not asking anybody to do something we're not doing, okay? And we want everybody to be successful with this new year, and we got great momentum going on. And Mark, I'm going to turn it over to you to take it to the next part of this, and hopefully we don't have any questions from anybody.
Awesome. Abdul, thanks, man. We do have one question, and it's talk about where is the virtual coach located on your microsite. If you ordered the All-In, when you log in your microsite, it should be there at the bottom. All right, a big banner. If you did not order the All-In, then you can actually access that virtual coach from the outside of your microsite or the e-commerce place where it says the products. You can go to the 24-Day Challenge website, and then on the far left, you'll see the virtual coach. So hopefully that answered your question. Keep your questions coming in. We'll answer them as they come. Just to recap what Abdul said, the things that I picked up from it, even though I've been doing this for 5 years, the follow-up by phone. This is get away from text. This is building relationships. Use the phone. Water. All right, I'm trying to blow up water right now. And then the 3 assessments that he talked about. The first one is feel. The second one is how your clothes are fitting. The third one is the scale. If you under promise, then you'll over deliver with our products. I'll say that again. If you under promise, you will over deliver. So nowadays I tell people, say, listen, I'm not sure about what's going to happen with weight, but I tell you right now, you're going to feel incredible. You're going to get that junk out of your system, and you're going to feel incredible. If you do that by phone, it is going to build a relationship because you are helping. All right. And then last thing I want to mention that Abdul talked about is you got those forms. If you need to talk to your upline or myself or Abdul how to make a follow-up book, because I'm not sure about you guys, but right now I know for a fact I got about 15 people that are going to be cleansing with me, and if I want to follow up the right way, then I need to be organized, and a follow-up book is the best way to do that. So ask about that. All right. Now let's take this momentum. All right. So we talked about a group kickoff or challenge. You can do that, or you can just individually set people up for success with the follow-up that we talked about with Abdul. Okay. Now we got to utilize this momentum. How do we keep this wave going? Because you got a huge wave of momentum right now. How do you keep it going? Okay, this is what I've been doing. This is what I've been using. This is what I've been trying to preach to our teams is using social media and Facebook for a lead machine. All right. So the one thing you don't want to do with what has been happening with some people, if you're friends with them on Facebook, is they are just shoving AdvoCare down people's throats, and I think it looks tacky. That's the only thing that they put on Facebook is AdvoCare, and it looks really salesy. All right, so I'm trying to stay away from that. I mean, the general rule is 5 posts about your family, and then 1 about AdvoCare. But what I like to do is I'm keeping the word AdvoCare. I'm keeping all the buzz and code words. I'm keeping them out of my Facebook post. All right. What I'm trying to position myself as a consultant. And so now we have a bunch more people. We had 77,000 all-ins get ordered. 77,000 all-ins get ordered. So I'm trying to position myself on social media as a consultant. All right. When people ask me what I do, I'm a health and wellness consultant. I also help them build businesses with their products. So on Facebook, I'm posting results from people. I'm obviously asking permission, posting those results, and in the top part of my social media, I'm not saying buzzwords. I'm not using AdvoCare. I'm trying to avoid 24-Day Challenge. So I'm just showing people that I'm helping people get results. So use your Facebook page or your Twitter, your whatever other social media stuff's out there that I'm too old to understand. Use those to show people that you are a consultant, all right? But be careful about what words you choose, okay? Because I know for a fact that you can turn people off if you're shoving AdvoCare down their throat. Okay, so don't shove AdvoCare. Just show people on social media that you are helping people get the health and wellness results that they're looking for. When you do that, that Facebook, that social media will turn into a leads machine. I've been doing that now for about a month and a half. That's why we have 7 new members, all right, because I've been positioning myself as a person that's going to help. So now what's my job? Do exactly what Abdul talked about and go get people results. Now I have a question. If you're on our product page, you can get our grid. All right, our grid, like I said, it's a little bit different. Like Abdul said, it's a little bit different than what corporate does. But I've heard a lot of people get great results from with corporate. So if you have a person that's really wants to be a strict type of cleanse, is used to eating like we're eating, you can get that grid off that product page. Now, once you have product success, so how do we create that wave, Mark? All right, so social media is one way. The second way is with those people getting the product success. So when they're having success, when I'm having these phone conversations with them, that's when I start bringing up small little suggestions. Meaning, if somebody tells me when I'm following up with them, like, man, I love this Spark, that's when I go and say, you know what, it tastes even better at 40%. And so I start bringing up the discount. All right, I start talking to them about staying on product for a long period of time. I want to help them save money. Okay, so the discount conversation comes up. Once again, depends on where you are in your AdvoCare journey, is how deep of that conversation you go into personally. All right, so if I'm new in AdvoCare and I'm having that conversation, say, you know what, I'm at 40%. I'd love to help you get there, but I don't want to mess up, and I'd love to get you on the phone with my friend Abdul, and he will help you understand, you know, what it looks like to get a deeper discount with AdvoCare. And trust me, he's a great guy. He's going to make you laugh. He's not a salesperson, so he's just going to give you some options. Okay, so now I position Abdul as somebody that you want to talk to. He's not going to sell you anything. He's just going to give you some options. All right, so that's how I have the discount conversation. I bring up little code words or buzzes and saying, you know what, you know, it's not 24 days. We're not going to fix somebody's wellness and health problems in 24 days. You're going to be on these products a little bit longer, so you need to get a deeper discount to save yourself money. And I'll even bring up to people, when you get a better discount, I make less money. So I'm just trying to help you save money. I'm just trying to help you. The second thing we go into is a referral conversation. Okay, so maybe you're going to have the majority of the people that you have on the 24-day challenge, all-in challenge, are not going to be business builders. So just come to that reality. The majority are not going to be business builders. All right, but if you have the referral conversation with them, all right, you never know who you're going to find. What do you mean by the referrals? Well, hey, Betty, it sounds like you had great results on these products. Do you know anybody that maybe I can help? I understand that you don't want to share this with anybody, but this is what I do. If you know anybody and you can get them in touch with me, that's going to help you get a better discount. So anybody that you get in front of me, I'm going to help you get a better discount with that. So I don't bring any code words. I don't say, if you bring me somebody, I'm going to put them in your downline, and that's going to make you from 20% to 25%. So I don't play that game. I just dumb it down and say, listen, anybody that you bring to me, 2 things will happen. You love Spark, I'll give you a box of Spark for everybody that you introduce me to. All right? Or if you bring somebody to me and you want a better discount, then I'll just position them so that will help your discount levels go up. And I'll keep in touch with you every single time that you bring me somebody. So that's the referral conversation that I have. Just to give you an example of how I got a new member, I was actually playing cards over a buddy's house, and the guy asked me what I did. I told him I'm a health and wellness consultant. He goes, my brother is 400 plus pounds. He needs help. I said, you need to get him in touch with me. He did. His mom and him signed up to be members, got 3 challenges, all right? And so my buddy is getting a free cleanse. He doesn't want to be a part of AdvoCare. That's great. I don't care. Here's a free cleanse. You jump in with us, and keep on referring. So he knows that if he refers me to people, he will get free product. All right. He don't want anything to do with the business, and that's fine. I understand that. That's great. You bring me people, I'll give you free product. Okay. So with that referral question, to finish up, what's that going to lead into? All right. So when you're asking these people about getting a discount or referral, if they want a higher discount, then that's a great time to bring up, hey, then could you gather some people at your house, and I'll come over and I'll talk about it and give them some ways that they can get involved too, or show them how AdvoCare can help them. Well, guess what? We just set up a mixer. All right. Or maybe, hey, can me and you meet at your workplace with this person that wants help? We just set up a 2-on-1. Hey, can you get me on the phone with Bob? Remember Bob, you're talking about getting him on product because he needs help? Can you get me on the phone with Bob? I'll teach you how to do a 3-way call. So now all of a sudden we're setting up meetings from this product success. So if you're doing your job and you're following up and doing exactly what Abdul tells you to do, then you're getting success, and you're taking momentum from that success into these people's warm market list. So now all of a sudden your warm market has just exploded with more people. All right. Like I said before, when we started this, 2 things can happen. You can take this momentum that corporate created and that you created, and you can just write it out, and in 3 months from now, that momentum is going to slow down again, and then you're going to have to pick it up again. Or you can get people results, you can do your job with follow-up, you can connect them by asking discount and referral questions, and you can create a momentum that will last you this whole entire year until next weight loss system. All right, and then the last but not least, I got to bring it up, is Avonation. So when I say about the people you talk to, the people that you're following up with, you're only going to find 1 or 2 business builders out of that, maybe 1 if you're lucky. And so that's that next conversation. Is we have Avonation starting on January 10th and January 17th, and that is the bigger picture. All right. When did I get locked in to AdvoCare? When I went to Fort Worth, Texas, about 4 months into my business, 4 months into AdvoCare using products. That's when I got locked in. When I saw what corporate was about, when I saw other like-minded people like myself that were making tons of money and living the lifestyle that I wanted to live, that's when I kind of got locked into the AdvoCare life. So from those mixers, from those 2-on-1s, when you find somebody that's interested in building a Plan B business, that's when we move them into Avonation. So I don't see any other questions. Abdul, do you have anything that I left out, buddy?
No, Mark, you pretty much covered everything, and I don't have any questions, and I hope we gave a good picture and some good information to everyone on this webinar, but I think you've covered it. All is good.
Well, we know the fortune's in the follow-up. Take the fortune in the follow-up and turn it into referrals and discount conversations, and you'll push this momentum throughout the year. So thanks for coming. Thanks for being on with us. You know how to get in hold of us if you have the questions.